Well, today we find ourselves in Bolton, at the home of Amir Khan, the current WA welterweight champion of the world. And of course, 6 years ago, Amir, you won the silver medal at the Olympics.
Right.
I bet that seems a long time ago now.
It seems a long time because so much has happened since then, and becoming a world champion, having my first defeat as a professional, turning professional was one thing, but I did stay amateur for an extra year, for the experience. And I was only 17 when I come back from the Olympics, and I didn't want to jump into pro rank straight away. But like I said, so much has happened. I've stopped training in England now. I train in America. I've moved trainers, got one of the best trainers in the world, Freddie Roach. I train alongside Manny Pacquiao, spar with him, and so much has happened now. I think the world knows who Amir Khan is. I've become a world champion, and it's a lot's happened in them 6 years.
And here's the thing: you're still only 24 years old.
That's right. Yeah, I was reading a magazine today, and I got the Young Fight of the Year, and only 24. I'm the youngest ever fighter to get the Fight of the Year in all ages in boxing. So I've achieved a lot, and I'm sure there's a lot more to be achieved in this game. But that's what keeps me hungry, because I want to become a pound for pound best fighter of the world. I want to achieve whatever there is in this sport, and to do that, I'm going the right way now, and I just have to keep on training, keep on staying focused, and I'm sure my time will come when I win that pound for pound title. Well,
your record at the moment is 25 bouts, 24 wins, 17 by knockout. That's impressive by anybody's standards. And in a funny way, that one defeat, never nice to lose, but probably did you a favour, because I think it changed the way you approached boxing. And of course, you moved over to America. You're now, you talk about wanting to be the best pound for pound boxer. You're hanging out and training with the best pound for pound boxer, Manny Pacquiao.
That's right.
And probably the best coach.
That's right. I think that was a blessing in disguise, that defeat I had. And like you said, it's not nice to lose a fight, but after losing that fight, I changed everything in my training camp. I was more focused. It was a kick up my backside, really. Get back out there, and you have to try harder, because this professional sport is not an easy sport. Boxing's a tough sport. You can't take it lightly, because that's what happens. You get beat, or and a lot of fighters, from a defeat like that, they never come back. But I bounced back stronger. I know I made a mistake, and I was never going to make that mistake again.
Well, they always say, Amir, that to be a great sportsman, you've got to taste failure.
Exactly.
You've got to taste defeat.
That's right. I tasted defeat, and I come back stronger from it. But like I said, I think it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I think if that didn't happen then, it might happen now, and we don't want it to happen now as I'm a world champion.
Well, I think we saw the evidence of this, Amir, because you had a fight just before Christmas against Marco Maidana. What a fight that was! And although in some respects it'd be nice to knock people out in the second round,
that's right.
I think long term, you need to get through a fight like that. And if anybody ever doubts the strength of your chin, I don't think they will after that fight.
Well, I think that fight was a fight. You don't need them fights too.
So you've got to have too many of those.
You have too many of them.
But you need a couple, don't you?
You need a couple, because I think that brings the best out of you. Because it shows you've got heart, you've got a chin, you've got you can stand there, just dig deep in a way. And there come times in that fight where it was getting hard for me, but I still my heart got through the fight. And Marco Maidana was no dummy. He's young, he's explosive. His knockout percentage is like 90%.
Oh, no, it was a real test.
It was a real big test, and not many fighters will take that big of a step so soon in their career, especially if you've got two big names in the ring. They never fight each of us at such an early stage of their career. But we took the fight on because the fans wanted to see it, and I wanted to prove things to the world, how good Amir Khan is. So took that fight on, and it was an amazing fight. Watching it again, it's a fight that it was like the Rocky fights. When you watch the Rockies, because
you've watched it a few times, have you?
I watched it a few times, and it was like, whoa, did that really happen?
Yeah, there was a moment when you wobbled, a moment when it wasn't looking too good, but you came through it.
That's right. That's boxing for you. I keep saying, a lot of people said to me, "Oh, you got hit in that 10th round." I go, you're going to go into a shower.
He's a good fighter.
No, you're going to go in a boxing ring against a good fight, you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
And we knew we were going to get caught with this guy, because this guy's got good experience, his record says it all. And we went in there, got caught with that shot in the 10th round, but just had to stay nice and calm about it. Didn't want to show any lack, any like I was hurt or anything. I just had to stay calm and collective, and I think that's what got me through the fight. And got me to win the fights convincingly.
So what's the plan now, Amir? Next fight, April, do we know yet what's happening?
There's a few opponents we're looking at, we're looking at Peterson and then Klosky and them guys. But it's funny because every guy I want to fight now, they overprice themselves.
Yeah.
These fighters are good fighters.
Probably because they don't fancy going in the ring with you.
Yeah,
but there's a big fight in the end of January, is it? There's unification,
That's
WBO
right, yeah.
and WBC.
Got Alexander versus Bradley, and I want to fight the winner of that in the summer.
And unify all three
Unify
belts.
the division, yeah, and then move up to probably welterweight.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason I want to get one fight in between that fight. Because I want to stay busy. There's no point me waiting 6 months for that fight. I might as well get one in between and then have a nice little break and get into the ring with one of them with the winner of that fight, and that'll be the unification fight. I think the whole world wants to see that fight, and it's a fight that's going to be probably as explosive as the Maidana fight.
I think the whole world always wants to see unification fights if they can. So it will be in April. We don't know who it is yet, but it will be back in the UK because we've missed you, Amir. You've been over in the States for the last two fights.
That's right. I've been spending a lot of time in the States, training over there and everything. So
hanging out with Snoop Dogg. We've been hearing all about this.
Met Snoop Dogg a few times because he lives in the same apartment building as me. And,
this is in West Hollywood, isn't it?
West Hollywood.
Sounds very glamorous, but the truth is,
it's not as glamorous as people think it is. But when you walk at night time, you have to make sure your watch is in your pocket, your wallet's nice and tight in the pocket, because there's a lot of. It is a kind of crazy place at night time. And
you're spending your days, not hanging out with the celebrities. Freddie Roach is working you hard.
He's working me very hard. I've got strength condition. I've got Freddie Roach to train me very hard. 5 o'clock start, and then back home, go sleep for a little while. Then in the afternoon, go back to the gym, train again. It's a full-time job for me. I only get 1 day off, which is a Sunday.
Yeah. Now, two fights potentially in the future. One, Floyd Mayweather. What a fight that would be. Is it on the radar?
Yeah, definitely. He's on the radar, and I think that fight would probably happen in the next 12 to 15 months. I want to mature. I want to get to my peak. I still don't think I've hit my peak yet.
No, you're only 24. I mean, how good are you going to be at 26, 27?
Exactly. I'll be more experienced, more wiser, more smarter. Now look at me 2 years ago. Look at the difference in me now than the past 2 years. When I was fighting, and it just shows how much I've come on. Imagine next 2 years I'll be even better as a fighter. So I'm going to wait for them fights. I want to fight them when I think it's the right time. But with me, I don't want to take a shortcut. I want to fight every best fighter out there.
And of course the other one is Manny, but Manny's your mate.
Yeah,
Manny's your mentor.
That's one thing I don't think me and Manny will ever fight, regardless how big the purse ever gets. Because I trained with him, and after suffering the defeat, Manny did help me a lot. He sparred with me and stuff. He had a good chat with me, and we built that friendship up. Yeah. I've been invited to Philippines so many times from him. When I went to Philippines, I even had a security guard with me. I get looked after like I'm a big name over there as well, but it's really nice because Manny's such a down-to-earth guy, and now thinking about fighting him, it just doesn't.
I mean, business is business in boxing, but I mean, even you've got to say at some point, look, he's done so much for me. I wouldn't want to hit him.
That's right, because he has done so much, and you have to remember, Manny, he's a great fighter, and I'm sure there's other names out there for me and Manny to go out there and fight, and we can get as big purses, and also we can make a big name for ourselves. There were times where we were going to get relegated. That's how close it got. I'm not really a batsman. I've not got the patience to wait and take the time. Having family from there, I think I should be showing my support. Going down there, I'm like a role model to the young kids in Pakistan. One punch in boxing can change a fight, and that's happened. He's brought a movie out, like Spider-Man and Superman in one. I'll send your regards to him. I'll ask him, would you ever fight me?